In this video, we'll go through the process of submitting your initial certification application using the CCI portal. To begin, log in to your CCI account. At the top right, you'll see the Start New Application button. This will take you to the Apply for Credentials section. You'll find a list of all the certifications you're eligible for, along with access to the handbook for each. When you're ready, select the application you want and click Apply. The application will load, showing you all the sections required for completion. At any point, you can return to your dashboard. Once you've started an application, it will appear under My Applications. It will provide details about the application, including the date the application was started and when it expires. It will also note its status, whether it's still a draft or already submitted. You can view the handbook for the certification if needed. To continue with the application, select the View icon. Each section has its own View button, so you can easily see your progress and what's left to do. The requirements for each section are outlined clearly, and every task pushes you forward in the process. The first section is Accommodations Requests. If you do not need an accommodation, simply select No and submit. If you do need an accommodation, select Yes and then move through the menu of possible accommodations available. If you need to request accommodations after submitting your application, just reach out to CCI staff using a ticket in the My Tickets menu. Once you select the type of accommodation needed, you will need to upload the required documentation. Ensure that you have provided all documentation related to the request and then submit. Once a section is complete, it will show a green check mark and state Submitted. Move on to the next section by clicking View. In the Unrestricted Nursing License section, if you added your nursing license information previously, it will already show. Just select the license you want to use. If you have several licenses, pick the right one. You can add a new license if needed. If there are changes to your license information, you can select the pencil icon to adjust dates or other details. You can delete licenses that are no longer valid. When ready, select the correct license and click the Submit button. Next is the Education Verification section. If you haven't added your education before, this is the time to do it. Click Add New Education. Enter the details as prompted. When ready, submit. You will see your education status update. If you need to make changes later, just revisit the Education Review section and edit as needed. For nursing work experience, the information may already be pulled from your profile if you have provided it. Here you'll see eligibility requirements for each certification. Make sure your entries meet these standards. The red X's will show until the select experience meets the requirements. Keep in mind that requirements vary by credential. Check the handbook to make sure you know the requirement for the credential before beginning an application. The hours and months fields will stay as 0 until you have selected experience from your list. In some cases there are alternative eligibility pathways. Should one of those pathways apply to you, be sure to mark the box next to that option. This will update requirements automatically. Review, edit, or add work experience is needed to ensure you qualify for the credential. Once you have the needed experience entered, select it. If your work experience meets requirements, you'll see a green checkmark where the red X's were before. If not, you will need to edit or add additional experience. Then click Submit Selected Experience. If you are not ready to submit, you can save this portion as a draft. Once you are ready to complete your work experience, click View to open the section and choose the experience that will meet the eligibility requirements. Then click Submit Selected Experience. Now that you've completed all the application sections, you can see the green submitted text along with the checkmark for each. You can now move to Payment and Final Submission. Open this section to review important information about payment types and what happens once your payment is processed. Several attestation statements must be confirmed in order to move forward. First, you must acknowledge that you meet all eligibility requirements for the certification you are applying for. Keep in mind that if you are selected for an audit, you may be asked to provide evidence for each eligibility requirement, including licensure, education, and employment. Once you confirm you meet the eligibility requirements, check the box for that attestation. Next, confirm you've read and agreed to CCI terms and conditions, including the handbook for your certification. When you add your digital signature, the payment button will become available. Once the payment page loads, enter all required information and select Pay at the bottom. Once payment is complete, you'll return to your dashboard. If you're selected for audit, a pop-up will notify you that your payment went through and you've been chosen for audit. You'll get additional information via email on what is needed to complete the audit. Your application will display which sections require documentation by stating under Audit Awaiting Documentation. On your dashboard, your My Application section can be used to monitor your status.